Hello and welcome to Daily House Music. My name is Colin McDonald. This is The Damn Tonight Show. Now for the headlines. The Chronicle had a really lazy interview with Mobley, which seemed to be rehashed the same questions again and again, almost like a template interview. And counter that with John Laird's great interview with Ben Queller over at Culture Map Austin. This thing was really well done and felt a lot less stiff. And the Chronicle also ended up covering the LC Rock show, and if you haven't heard about it, here's the summary. A cover band played a show at Emerald Point Bar and Grill in Austin, Texas, May 17th. The band subsequently posted videos and pictures of the performance where people could be seen clearly ignoring social distancing laws, and the like. Where May 8th, the Chronicle ran a piece praising the live in-person concert thrown by Ben Ballinger in a field with cars. Now, despite multiple reports of people failing to adhere to social distancing, no pictures were printed in the paper of any evidence of that for the Ben Ballinger show. It's weird how everyone was so quick to jump on LC Rocks for throwing a show May 17th with about 40 to 50 people, and the same people were so quick to praise the drive-in show. But really, what grinds my gears about this story is they're throwing another show tomorrow and it's $30 a car with no bathrooms. What even is that? Is that a real thing? Now, it's funny how when money and a Chronicle or writer are involved, it's all good. But a cover band, they aren't cool like us. But really, the Chronicle is dead. At least the music portion. What used to be the countercultural newspaper of Austin has now become the exact opposite with this article. Sheridan Reed appears on Bachelor spinoff Listen to Your Heart, and it's a serious interview about the love triangle in the show. Oh my God, what the happened to you, Austin Chronicle? Really? Really? You go and cover The Bachelor for musicians. What in the ever-loving oh my God, why would you do this? When did this become the talent show capital of the world? And why am I the only one making fun of the music scene? Where's your irreverence? And to answer the Chronicle's latest YouTube question of Q&A hole, if you could be reincarnated in any living thing, what would you choose? I'd choose the Austin Chronicle 10 years ago when I moved here, and it still had a little bit of life left. Damn, y'all. In other news, Joe Rogan signed an exclusive deal with Spotify for $100 million, and musicians are mad. Spotify isn't required, just stop using it if you don't like it. Some people sharing the Joe Rogan article and being so mad as a musician that this is built on musicians' backs. These are the same people that just made a Spotify playlist of local artists and shared it saying, stream this, it'll help local musicians. Does it help or not? Keep a consistent message. Now KTX released a really cool love letter to Austin and it finally hit me. In this video, music and musicians is mentioned about three-quarters of the way through and in pity. Not I miss music, but I wonder how their poor musicians are going to make it. We have become the city that pities creatives. Want to be creative but got rejected by LA, New York, and Nashville? Come on to Austin. We'll give you free healthcare, 12 gigs a night if you want it, and all the pity you'll ever need to really make you feel like the world is against you. But the truth is, it's not. The world needs musicians to step up now more than ever. We have a chance to become the thing we've always wanted to be, the thing we've always talked about being, but rarely have become, a community of musicians, not just a subgenre, not just like a group of like-minded people, because a group of like-minded people is not a community, it's a political party. A community has opposing views, different opinions and strategies, but will always come together and make decisions about the way forward together. That means having the hard discussions. Musicians who are out of work, start asking those that are advocating for you where their money's coming from. Can you get a job as a nonprofit with them? Who are you tied to? What are the strings that are attached? And do you actually know how to make a living doing music? Or are you just the CD baby of people and make money off musicians' hopes and dreams? Ask the hard questions. At the very least, we can start to see where we really stand in all this and who's got something to lose. In other news, Austin music has recently been taken to the next level. I just found out about the escalation from Justin Douglas's exquisite coverage of the unfolding story on social media. Now, many of you know that Craigslist is quite a community all of its own, and within the Craigslist community, there exists a tiny, aggressively ignorant, extremely radical subset called the For Sale Musical Instruments by Owner community. Over the past year, maybe even longer, there's been this long-standing post, a portrait of Dave Matthews on a drumhead by a Nashville artist, every 2 days, for, long enough to evoke a response, and then some more responses, and then seemingly out of nowhere, an outright explosion of Dave Matthews Band-related posts filled the subsection community. And it was beautiful. Starting with simply just calling somebody out. No one wants to buy that bro. If you see this Dave Matthews drumhead, please flag it. Followed by what seems to be someone concurring with absolute efficient precision. Gross. And then Austin's true musical spirit came out. With an El Arroyo level trolling of an original Nashville artist, we had everything from DM Beater with the caption soft and a little bit funky and extremely white, this puppy will have you under the table and dreaming in no time, to this Dave Matthews stool with Tim Reynolds footrest. It had the caption, it comes complete with a Tim Reynolds footrest that will support you in ways you did not even know you needed. It may even help make your songs interesting to listen to. Please let this stool go to someone who will appreciate it more than me. And also, please note, this is not a stool, this is a footrest in the picture. It's a stool with a guitar stand attached. Aggressively ignorant. And one of my favorite, a Super Bowl ring worn by Dave Matthews. Now this is an original Super Bowl Dallas Cowboys championship ring that belonged to the greatest drummer of all time, Dave Matthews. He was given the ring by friend and avid fan Troy Aikman at Bonnaroo in 2014, where Dave wore it on stage, as you can clearly see in the photo. How about them Cowboys? How about DMB? And finally, my most favorite, a drumline DVD featuring Dave Matthews. Now this one is special. They really took the time to Photoshop not only the face, but the byline too. Very well done. We're dealing with professional level trolling here. Someone has a ton of experience with Craigslist and Austin musicians, as well as some real unfortunate Dave Matthews Band knowledge. Dave Matthews could not be reached for comment as of this recording. And now it's time. Daily Austin Music has obtained the phone number to the original post, which it turns out matches the IP address of almost every Dave Matthews post I could find except for the super creepy ones. So let's give him a call and find out exactly who this lunatic is once and for all.
Hi, you've reached King Electric Recording in Austin, Texas. We're probably in session and unable to make it to the phone right now. But the best way to get in touch with us...
Dude! And now onto the do's and don'ts of Austin music right now. Now the do's and don'ts of Austin musicians now. Do. Live stream using modern technology. Don't. Live stream in a field using 100-year-old technology, charging $30 a car with no bathrooms, only end up in a field drinking with no distance. Allegedly. Do. Call out people you think deserve to be called out. Don't. Turn around and do the exact same thing that they were doing. Do. Start a Patreon account and add value for your subscribers. Don't. Start a nonprofit that wastes 40% donations on admin cost. Do. Wait it out patiently, playing by common sense rules. Don't. Call a bunch of people up to the front of the stage to take a picture. Do. Start an internet talk show. Don't. Start a new media channel and beg old media to promote you. Do. Play a show if you're being paid and you feel comfortable with the precautions that they're taking. Don't act like a little bitch when you get backlash. Do. Be a good example for your community. Don't be made an example by your industry. And finally tonight, I want to talk about what is a professional Austin musician. Again, now here's the deal. The city and the nonprofit organizations that want to be tied into the city and the city money are going to have their own definitions of what these things are. But we need to have our own. So what's yours? Is the percentage of income from music the only factor or just the most important factor? Is a DJ a musician? Is a cover band the same as an original act? And are we just going to give the loudest the most attention and the most money? Now, there's an attempted coup going on right now where the Austin, Texas Musicians Group wants to be the voice of Austin music in City Hall. Trouble is, we already have a voice in City Hall, the Music Commission. That's literally their job. But somehow, ATXM has worked their way onto the working group and has Mayor Adler on all kinds of other politicians on their show. Mayor Adler's a guest right now. Come on, it's linked down below. Let's go and see if this is how you want to be represented. Let's see if this matches your voice. If it does, cool. If not, well, what are we going to do about it? Come on, let's go watch it right now. I'll go with you. Let's go. I'll see you tomorrow.